On my birthday, this woman, this little woman, I don't know how she's working somewhere or not. I have no idea. Uh, she sent me a bag. She sent me cakes. She sent me one dress just to say thank you about it, that I could help her move on. And it's not about what all she sent to me. It's about how happy she is. I guess this is my win.
Hey, this is where I talk to the best drivers of the direct-to-consumer industry like founders, investors, marketers, CROs, agencies, and dwell into strategies that they've been using to build some great D2C businesses. Let's go on the D2C Drive. I'm your host, Ashish Ramamurthy. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ashish and I'm your host of the DTC Drive podcast, where I talk to founders, investors, marketers, CROs who've building D2C brands from past few years. And we're starting out a new theme today called as Brand Stories, where I talk to founders of amazing brands coming out of great missions, great whys on what they're doing. And I'm proud to have Aishwarya Dua today. She is the co-founder of Sassiest, India's first doctor-backed wellness and pleasure brand for women. Hey Aishwarya, welcome to the DTC Drive show.
Thank you. It's sexual wellness. Let's talk about sex. It's sexual wellness and pleasure brand. So I will have to complete that line, because it's India's first doctor-backed sexual wellness and pleasure brand, where we just miss out on sex everywhere possible in this whole world. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
So thank you so much for having me here today.
Yeah. Sorry I missed that. It's a very important.
I'm here to correct. Yes. That's what missing in India as of now. If I just say it in this way, because that the only thing is missing, that we are not connecting our mind and spirit and or entire physical body to not to be a sexual wellness, but wellness, we say, where we just forget about that, from where the cycle is starting, how we are born, why are we here, and how it all is all working. So we just miss out on that, and then we focus on everything else, where the start is this, the base is this. So
yeah. Cool. So let's head on in that direction, right? You've been in the game from a long time. I think you've had projects before as well, before Sassiest. So would love to understand a bit of a backstory of what's your journey been before Sassiest happened to you. And then, let's come on to, why, right?
It's basically, if you talk about why, then it's my second startup. First, I proudly say that I failed and learned. It had been my 4 years journey, like previously, where I came out of my traumas. There were bad relationships also, which I've been through, and I understood that there is a thin line difference in between understanding and understanding deeply with the help of communication, where that was a big lag in my relationships. And then I have also been that person to whom my friends have always reached out to for their issues, for their per se, that if they had their first period in my class, like 8th or 7th, so I was the first person they came to, because my mother was super open to me, and she made me understand, like a friend, that what it is all about, how you should take it forward. If it is about menstruations, then it's okay, it's totally fine. And I have a story there. When I came back from school, that was my first period, and my skirt was all red behind, and I came home and I told mom that, Mama, I'm down, and I was laughing. Mostly girls cry, but I was laughing. I was happy that, okay, now I'm a big girl. And my mom was like, that, why you are laughing? There's nothing to laugh about it. My mom was shocked, because she was the only person who told me that it's okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm a big girl now, and and I can do so much more. I can learn so much more about it. So there was interest, and when I've been through my traumas, I could like connect the dots. Why the mindset of me personally was like that? Why my uh, there's a spiritual being I am also. So I could understand that okay, this was the connection. So I could like connect the dots, and why I'm here in this, why I had to go through what I have been through is because of this. So this is the purpose, you can say, that right now I'm like following, that I have to bring smiles. I have to tell women that okay, it's super okay to be you, or to accept the person you are, also to help your partner understand what you both need altogether. Either you are solo, or you are in like in a relationship, or you're married, and like it doesn't matter. What matters is how much you understand yourself first, and then your partner. It's about that. So I guess that's what we are doing with Sassiest.
I mean, I can connect with a personal story of mine as well, right?
Yeah.
I've gone through pretty much 4 or 5 relationships, right? Uh, my recent partner, right? She never had a relationship before, and again, didn't talk about sex at all. Didn't have any experience around that bit, and she just came into a
Mm.
relationship and all that, right? And eventually, yeah, I think I was kind enough to at least let her know that it's okay, right? Like that's okay, it's fine.
It's
Uh,
okay to go slow, basically. Yeah.
exactly, it's okay. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to not know it. It's fine, right? Like
Yeah.
uh, it's not like you've done something bad. You've
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you just don't know. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Women literally stress about it, I guess, sometimes, that uh,
yeah.
what it might be, or if my partner will understand it or not, or the communication lags there. And that's what we are also trying to tell women in LGBTQI per se, that please talk. You now at least you have a platform where you can come and tell stories.
Mm.
And I will not lie that in these 8 months, I am super happy that around 1,000 plus queries with free consultations, which includes that. And I have so many heart touching stories. People came who are coming out of their zones, who are trying to understand if they like belong to the community of LGBTQIA or not, or if they are a part of this world, and they're like, are we what we are like supposed to do. And I'm super happy that the team of our doctors, entirely me personally communicating with my customers and like telling them, okay, what is good for you, what you should do, and then they trust us, and then they come back. So when it comes to customers, I guess it is mostly about, they first talk, they trust, they come back, then they tell the other person, then the referral comes in. So it's like a cycle for
Yeah,
me, and
yeah,
it's amazing to see that I didn't think of it when I started, but then when it's happening,
yeah.
it's going nice. I'm happy with it.
So let's talk about the initial days, right? Have you been like talking, like doing your research from a lot of years, or talking to people, or I'm sure personal experiences also motivate things, but in order to uh, why couldn't you just maybe start a community? Why a D2C brand came into the picture? Why a product positioning came into the picture, right? How do you go about that trauma, or like dilemma of sorts, right? That okay, hey, so much of problems is coming. What do I do with it, right?
Yeah,
And I'm sure like you must have been receiving hundreds and thousands of these messages coming across your way.
yeah.
So what took the genesis of Sassiest to come as an entire business also, along with a mission, right?
Yeah. So basically, as I said, that I have been through my own story, which was not that good, but then turned out to be good because Sassiest is there. Um, when you so I am not the person who just goes through something without a reason, right? I am a person who figures out that if something wrong is happening, there must be something around it. There's something which I'm missing. There's a white space there.
Mm-hmm.
in terms of a business language, that you have to find like a white space and whatever is happening like around you. So yes, that's where I found the white space, that okay, if I am going through this issue, and then when I had a word with a lot of my friends and asked them, what is your life story like, or if you are facing similar issues, so you will not believe, probably 80% or 90% of my friend list, out of around 40, 50, they all said that yes, this is happening and we can't talk about it. And that was shocking. And then I've been to roads, I talk to people randomly. I am that person, I go out and I talk, because when you say survey, what is survey? Because you can't do the survey online, because it's so personal, so much like taboo around it. And I went out and I picked women, like while walking on the roads, on coffee shops, and I was like, what if this kind of a brand comes to you? Will you buy, or will you talk? And I got answers. I was so happy at that time, because I was like, oh my god, this is not only me. And that gave me happiness, that gave me that sense of fulfillment, that okay, what I am going to do is going to worth it. I don't know how long I will go, or how far I will go, or I didn't care about what kind of a business per se it will make like at that moment, but I care about that I could serve something to the community, to this Indian mindset. I could do something like about it. I was able to. Uh, I was at a point where I thought that I guess I'm made for this. I should do this, and that's how it started. And then I started my R&D, and then the COVID times, because in COVID, a lot of people been through so much, Like it's about the uh, the disease itself, the people who are sitting at home trying to come out of what they can do, they can't go out. The people who were like habitual to go out now can't go out now. People who were like living also are like at that moment, if I talk about data, they switched. They were like, I don't want to live with my partner anymore, or if they want to live, they want to explore. So the market boomed. That's where market boomed. And then it was 2020, and it was like, okay, now the market is booming, and I was in my mindset, okay, I have to do something in this market. What should I do? I am suffering my own self. Then in January 2021, I started my R&D. I was like, okay, let's get into it. So like New Year was there, and I was like, I'm gonna do this now. And December 2018, 21, I launched. I was like, that was the cycle of the business, because I didn't think of. I know the expected answer from founders are, okay, I saw this market, or I saw that market, or this has boomed, or that has happened. But for me, it was all people uh, to whom I could talk, I could understand, and I could understand the gap, and understanding myself also, that what I have been through. So it's not only me. So it was all about that.
Yeah.
And then my R&D started, and then obviously the products. If you ask me, products, why this? Because there are so many things already selling in the name of sexual wellness, but I guess people are not understanding, again, the white space where there are brands like, or say, I am Besharam, or Gizmos Wala, or there is My Muse, there is that Sassy thing, there is a lot of brands, and people say that they are your competitors, man. Like, why are they why they are like a competition? Because what I am selling, i am I know what I am selling. What people gonna pick up, it's their likability. I can't count on that. What I can do is give them best, right? What I am selling, it has to be best, and I can't compromise on that. That is where the role I should play as a founder. What other founders are doing, it's not something I should look forward to. That's the reason they're not a competition. So if I am saying that, why these products, like it was a need of the hour. People wanted something like that. People wanted to explore their partners or themselves while being in a living, or in a marriage life. And then when there is an issue, there's a very major issue in India that is called vaginismus. Okay, this is one of the major issue where women are not able to even communicate to their partner that what it is, why they are not able to get why they're not able to indulge into the sexual activity with them, why they're not able to open up. And so there itself, the communication is not there. So I thought that, okay, this is the major issue after talking to Nikita, who's the co-founder. There's like another co-founder, that is like Karishma. So when I talked to them, they were like, yes, I guess we should focus on building this side of it much more, where we are creating a set of people who trust Sassiest in a way that, okay, they are literally breaking a taboo by bringing doctors in place. Also like the DTC, like the products that is breaking the taboo. The selling of a product or only talking about is will not break a taboo. When there is a team of doctors who are saying that, okay, it's okay, you can come and talk to us, then India will understand that, okay, it's not a taboo anymore.
That's
Right?
what all of us believe, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have some disease, go to a doctor. If you that's the thought. Hey, that's pretty.
Yes.
It's pretty simple that you took
Yes.
that model and
Yes.
paved the way, because people are still
Very
thinking
simple.
that.
It's all. That's why I say it's a heart. That's why I say it's all my heart. It has nothing to do with what what the market says. Market comes later, but it
Yeah.
why it started is all because what I've seen in like front of my
So,
eyes and what
so
all was there.
Aishwarya, so what kind of doctors exist in this area, right?
Okay. So simply there is major one is like gynecologist, right? That is one of the major deal because women feel that gynecologist if I go to the gynecologist, how will I tell her that I'm single and I had a sex? Oh shit, right? How will I do that? And then if I had a sex, now what that gynecologist will think about me, you know? But then it's a India has so much of youth. We are a youth country, and we are asking youth to stop, which we cannot do. We cannot ask them. We can give them solutions. We can give them solutions that, okay, maybe you have done something, it's fine, come and talk, know the right way. Okay,
Yeah.
that's where sex ed comes in from. Class 80, from the age of like 16 to you can say 19. This is a time frame where you can mold the mind a bit, right? In terms of the education perspective. Otherwise, so till like 7 years, you frame your brain the way it is. But then after that, there's a little time where you can tell people that, okay, this is right and this is wrong.
Yeah.
That's where Indian education mostly lagged badly.
So Aishwarya, people go to gynecologist for mostly physical problems. If I'm not wrong, please feel free to correct me. But there is obviously mental elements also involved.
Yeah. So
right?
the kind of doctors we have, there it is gynecologists, there is sexual coaches who there are MSc coaches, there are there are like sexologists, there are psychologists, there are psychiatrists. So I have a team of all. There is nutritionists as well. Now people ask me, why do you need that? How do I tell them that, okay, there's a way naturally to increase your libido, man? Go for it. Don't opt for medicines which are not good for you. Please do it naturally. So that's what the holistic environment I'm trying to build here. And it's not only with the later on, I don't want to say it like right now, but it will not stick to it. It has so much to do. It has so much more in plate. And I want to create a system where if somebody wants to opt for this kind of a doctor or that kind of a doctor, they can have it over one platform, because we are now living in the era where one brand can have everything. We are living in that era. If you see Paytm, if you see everyone else, they are catering to their niche with everything possible. So why not us? Why not brands like us?
I mean, build an ecosystem around what you're trying to do.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. It's if it is a sexual wellness and pleasure, then why not everything? Possibly everything about it. Step by step, one step at a time.
Totally. I'm totally with you on that piece, right? So Aishwarya, to start a D2C brand, there's different elements involved from, I mean, if I look at it, three elements, right? Manufacturing, your store, and getting it to customers, right? Did you guys have experience in the e-commerce or in the D2C game before?
So when I started, no, I'll say no, not at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the little experience came through because I was a graphic designer myself when I started my career journey, if you say. So I kind of built brands, helped helped brands to to communicate their story. So I knew some of it, but when I came into my startup journey last time, I could understand the service part of it, and when I stepped into the D2C, so I could understand the product aspect of it,
Yeah.
how to talk to the manufacturers, how to like communicate with them, and how to make your packaging look nice. And when in this market there are so many challenges that we'll talk about, but then
Yeah.
there was so much to put into that. Okay, this is right or that is right, because when we say doctor back, it cannot be just anything. It has to be approved by doctors,
Yeah.
mentioned by them. Okay, this is what it is, right? You can't
Right.
go wrong there, because you are
Right.
creating trust of people in the first 2 or 3 years of your business, where you want to tell them that, okay, you can trust us, and then they start coming back to you slowly and like gradually, because you can't force your people,
Yeah.
right? So when you bring them into your in your community, they want a product that they can trust on, even if they. So I have my customers who trusted us so nicely, even if the product was 1 or 2 times in these 8 months was damaged. They said, "This is not your fault. Please, can I have a new one?" I have been. I am super grateful. I must say that the kind of customers we have, um, hats off. I didn't know India is that. I didn't see that picture. But then India is also that. India is also other side. So I'm trying to also balance those challenges. But then I guess we are doing good in this frame. We'll bring out something nice.
Awesome. So, before launching the store, or let's say the entire brand ecosystem, what are the checklist of things that somebody needs to take care of, right? Because, like, let's say something in your space as a category is something what people will consume, people will consult, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of policies around it. You need to get licenses. So, what is that checklist? Like, if you had to give a checklist to someone, right? What would
Hmm.
that be?
So the checklist start from, obviously, first you need to understand what you are doing. Is it also valid or not, the survey list, because that is major when you. So I did it myself. I don't know if people understand that or not, but I need new founders or people who want to do something in any industry per se. uh, Per se, it's goods or services, like it doesn't matter at all, but there is a requirement of a survey. Minimum 100 people should tell you that, okay, they would want this. So even if it's B2B, there should be 100 companies telling you that you need this service from you. Or if there's customers like D2C, customers should tell you that, okay, you need this. Is a very little number, but that number defines the growth. One into 10, okay, so it becomes 10. So one is telling 10 people, so it's about 100 to 1000. You will not know when that happened, but then those 100 people should tell you, okay, we need this, we are
Yeah.
missing on this. So
Yeah.
I guess that is the first one. Second one is, you need to understand that from where your brand is coming and to whom it is going. What will be the audience, so that
Right.
you can frame everything accordingly, that, okay, this will be my audience, what they will like, what kind of packaging they will like, what kind of
Right.
things they will like. Then you will move on to the, like, the manufacturers, the kind of thing, like the kind of people you would need for you, because operations are second. First, you need to be very sure what you would want for your brand, right?
Yeah.
So it is about that.
Yeah. So
Then obviously it comes
let's
into company formation and stuff.
yeah. So primarily your brand strategy, your why, knowing your audience.
Yeah.
Coming to operations of it, I really want to hit that piece of it. Okay. Uh, so how do you find your manufacturer, right? Because like communicating to them in terms of, okay, this is the kind of product I want, this is the kind of quality I want, this is how I, looking at it, right? Do you
Yeah.
deal with that or somebody else in the
No,
team?
I I deal with that still.
Okay.
Because I feel that there is a way to handle people, and
Okay.
I feel that you need to crack that. You cannot deal with everyone just the way you are. You need to deal them the way they are. First of all,
Sure.
it is on the other side. It's not on your side.
Yeah.
So when you deal with like manufacturer, how to find them is something. There is no. I would say that there's no rule book to that. You will have to go out, talk to people. You will have to understand what they do, what they can make for you, if they can make that like the product for you or not also. So it is very very important to know what with what brands they have worked with in past, or if they are over promising you. You need to like, and you should be able to like understand if they are like if they're over promising you or not, first of all.
Yeah.
If Because the list of brands they have worked with, they're still working with them or not. All of these things you need to take care of when you go to the manufacturer.
So, how do you find this information? Is there a directory? Is there a reviews for manufacturers, or is it like ask people around? What is it?
No, I guess it's nowhere about that. It's about if you are street smart there. If you are if you are able to talk to people, because if you think that there is some list of things which you have to follow with people, no. Human is different. Everything is different. India is so different in every place. So
Yeah, sounds great. Now, I've had a lot of people ask in terms of, hey, I'm starting this thing, I'm starting a small candle business and I want to like, I'm curating candles and I want to give it to people because I like, making candles, right? But they're like, hey, a lot of
yeah,
people are still selling it on Amazon. There's so much of competition going on, right? Like, and that really bums them up. That it's like they just take a back off saying, you know what, I'm just gonna stick to it, like, you know, just within myself and like, maybe two or three people, that's it, right?
so you mean competition scares them or something?
Yeah, competition scares them, right?
Yeah.
And how do you deal with competition and such, right?
Okay, so competition should scare you, first of all,
Yeah.
but it should not scare you in a way that you will drop the idea of what you're going to do. It should be in a way you should take competition, again I'll say that in a way that what you can do differently with that candle. Possibly
Hmm.
you can bring different shapes to it. There are so many ways to make candle. You can have like different shapes to the candle, and then sell it. Or maybe there can be a different kind of like a fragrance or a scent you have made, that is for this kind of audience niche, which
Yeah.
they will like in this kind of a price range. So everything
Yeah.
is different. So you,
Yeah.
again, the market, the kind of your audience, and the
Yeah.
product,
Yeah.
it's all in a cycle. You can't miss
Interconnected.
any of it. Yeah.
So, how did you go about? Let's talk about market analysis here, right? Of
Hmm.
finding that white space. Yes,
Hmm.
it comes from customer problems. Uh, that's the I would always suggest that's the first place to go, right? But again, there is a lot of people who go into understanding what's the bigger market, who are the bigger players, what's happening, and all that. So, uh, how did you go about it? Did you find enough resources, data out there to back it up?
That people obviously ask, if there's a startup starting anything, then if they are approaching you for possibly funds, or maybe
Yeah,
simply in a form of RBF or whatsoever. But then
yeah,
there's always a point that what is the growth of the market, obviously. So whenever we are starting a business, we are not starting for today. We are starting it for tomorrow, and we are starting it for people, and the behavioral change which we will see tomorrow, right? It's not for today. Anyone who is thinking of today, I don't think that's a successful approach. Approach has to be for like tomorrow. And it's like that when there is a market, when you see, okay, let's say about candles, okay, if you think that this market can grow for you in terms of the DTC channel, then you should figure out ways to sell it. If you think that there is, not every idea is a good idea, right? We have heard this so many times, so it's okay. It's okay if you don't have a good idea right now. Possibly, maybe like tomorrow you will get that idea per se. But then market and the launch of anything is always like connected, and it should
Mm.
not go against each other in any ways.
Mm. Okay, sounds good. What kind of support did you receive from the DTC ecosystem when you're starting right now? And also, what are the current challenges, let's say, as a brand or as a founder, you think if you wish you had or you want right now, right, from the
No, I
ecosystem?
guess I have everything. In terms of the support, when I started, I have very less expectations from anyone around. I am the person, if I'm not finding this, so I go for help and I ask it. I don't
Yeah,
expect people to come to me and they will say that, okay, I want to help you. It never happens. And
of
I'm,
course.
frankly, if I need your help, I'll come to you there, and I'll be like, please help me, Ashish. I need your help, right?
Yeah,
So, and then person gives you that help when you ask for it. So
yeah,
the expectations are not around, but then for the brand, I have got so much of love from the community, from the sexual wellness brands itself, from Vikas, Be Safe, Deep from like Sirona. A lot of people have been there, and Plush, their other brand, the women's company, so many brands, and they were super, super like supportive. People like Vanshika also have been so supportive because they didn't even know me. They didn't even know from where I'm coming, but they understood the language I'm talking. They understood from where I am talking and what I want to do. And I guess that was amazing to see. And what else do you need? Because if somebody's coming to you and like telling you, Ashwarya, you are doing amazing job, that's enough. That's enough of it. And if that is enough for me to to do more for the community, to do more, and that keeps me motivated that okay, I need to tell this to my LinkedIn community that okay, this is what has happened, this is what we
yeah,
are going to do. So there are
yeah,
also people like Vanshika per se, or maybe Vikas, or maybe Raj from I Am Besharam. They have been super supportive that they come up and tell me, okay, maybe this is not right, maybe this is not good for you, maybe this will be good. So there's always abundance around that. Okay, I'm getting that kind of a support because
yeah,
I probably ask for it. Maybe that I
yeah.
literally ask.
Uh, Totally get you. I mean, people need to come, but like they need to be open out there if they're building a company, right? As simple as that. But what was those questions maybe uh, which you kind of like missed out on asking, or something which came about during the journey of sorts, right? As a learning or as a takeaway, you know, to consider.
The learning is major, I guess. In my startup journey, I'll say, because like the learning part is still happening. I'll keep learning, but then the major learning has always been that please do not trust everyone. Don't trust yourself, because even if you go ask for help, you get multiple answers, you get
Hmm.
multiple theories.
Yeah.
It's not necessary that every theory will work for you. It should
Yeah.
not confuse you. It should
Yeah.
help you understand what is right for you. Right.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to be confused about. When you know yourself, when you know your brand, I guess it becomes
Yeah.
very easy for
Yeah.
you to like analyze. So
Yeah.
that point helps me a lot, that okay, you don't have to trust everyone with whatever they say or do. You have to
Yeah.
do you always. It's
Yeah.
just you can go and ask help, but then it's all you
Yeah.
who
Awesome.
do
Sounds good.
do everything.
Yeah. Uh, Aishwarya, what? How do you kind of like go about acquiring your users? My first question is that. Second question is, I think during these times, it's also important to build loyal customers, repeating customers, so that you have a very steady cash flow, coming into the business as well, while you invest on, experimentations or, something else, or team, or even like, building the entire organization in itself, right? So, what has been some of your strategies for acquisition and retention, which has worked for Sassiest till now? What are the things you guys are planning to do, to grow as well?
Yeah, I guess there are so many things we are planning to do. There are strategies in place in terms of how to make your ad successful. There are ways, but then there's only one thing that helps me understand my customer is um, if they are opening up with me in this market, in this industry per se, sexual wellness, it is super important for me to talk to them. As I said, that how the cycle is working for me. If there are 1,000 plus queries, there's also stories, because the queries doesn't come like that, right?
Yeah,
There is a story attached to it, and from
yeah,
there the referral comes, right? So the strategy is nothing is just to be genuine and open with your customers, with your consumers. And if you ask me for the basic strategy of how business is like running and how it will run like tomorrow, so it will I am the person who is very anal about that. My consumers will not face any lag in terms of communication. If they want to know something, they will know something by hook or by crook. So I guess
yeah,
that's the way I am keeping people. They are becoming friends. I have now the community also, and in that community people are coming going, they're getting some like free goodies from us also at times, and this is how we are growing. And it's like the strategies, the business strategies and everything comes into the picture, but
mm,
acquiring and like retention is only, the communication is the only way with the consumer, where
sure.
in this industry without it I don't think anybody would trust us right now at this moment for at least 2 years down the lane.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, are you guys purely D2C, or you have your place across marketplaces, or where are your different top of the funnel, you know, places to go?
We are selling through our website. Also, we are on Amazon. Also, we are on Flipkart. We are on many places, but mostly it's Amazon and our own like a website as of now. Yes, like selling
What's
through. We are available.
when it comes to understanding your users, also when it comes to revenue, what's working out for you right now?
Our own website mostly,
That's
mostly
amazing
that.
to hear. That's
Yeah.
amazing to hear.
I
So,
didn't want to say this right now, but then okay, cool, it works, because I was like, I should not say it, but then yeah, it is working out. Again, the reason it is working out because one step ahead, communication with the consumer, because they have so many doubts about
yeah,
this like like you can say like body massagers or what we are selling or their personal issues, so they can't go to Amazon and type. They
yeah,
have to come to us and know that okay,
yeah.
if they can get help from this. So yeah, this is the reason that it is on our
Mm.
website.
So, is this in your support portals, or do you have an open community for people to join in, or like how is your community driven approach?
Now we will do that, but it's always been like that. We have been super open over our WhatsApp chat group, also on Instagram, and now we are building towards making a support group like community, which is needed, because I wanted to touch a mark, which I did. And then after that, I guess it's a time where I tell people to join us, and then yes, from there to grow. No
What do you
other way.
mean? What do you mean by that, Mark? I'm very curious to know.
So I have already mentioned that for me, getting 1,000 plus, so it is like double one, double one.
Yeah,
I wanted to get that mark where I know that if these are the number of people looking for answers, if you multiply it, and there is so much. So I want to grab those people into my like community now in 2-3 months, and then we will start multiplying, and from there, the business will come in. So once the question came to me that um, what do you think about building a community? What do you think
mm,
about building a DTC brand? And I was
mm,
like that. Okay, first I have to probably give, right, and then money is a byproduct of anything
yeah,
and everything. So money is something that will come. But then if I am giving today in terms of the knowledge, in terms of the ideation, in terms of the right like a product out there,
Yeah.
it has to like reciprocate and people will come and they will love it.
Oh man, this is great. I
Yeah.
love that people are taking this approach, and I love that you talked about this today.
Yeah.
Uh, Coming to also the technology aspects of the table, right? Which is the main part right now because everything is
Mm,
online. Your
mm,
direct to consumer is everything from your manufacturer to your customer, and
mm,
also it's also about providing a great experience using your store, right?
mm.
And all of it. So, how's your tech stack looking right? Like, where do you host your store? How is the entire process of technology stack looking like? And how much are you guys
Yeah.
investing in the whole technology piece of it?
Yeah, I guess my brand is running with a super lean approach, man. I am I am not investing much of it into many places. I'm trying to build business with little money and then
Yeah.
invest more. Um so we are on Shopify as of now, and that doesn't take much of a money. First of all, it looks like that it takes a lot of money, but me being into my previous startup, I know how much money one technology can take. So this is for me is super easy to execute. Then obviously payment gateways is big chapter, and I hate Razorpay for that. I hate cash pay for that. I am because they don't support sexual wellness industry. I don't know why. So
This is crazy.
this is what I want to do. Yes, the reaction, same reaction. Yeah, but then PayU is there, which helps in this industry. And then I found Shopflow. Shopflow is amazingly working. I guess these guys have built something nice for people in terms of the checkouts. Though even
Yeah.
they are like connected with Razorpay to their backend,
Mm. I'm gonna
but
talk to
Razorpay
pre-ranking
directly not
soon.
coming
Yeah.
to. Yes, please. I love that, man. And this, they are also like connected with Razorpay, but then Razorpay is not coming to us like directly. I don't know why, but yes, this is there. And their policy
Mm.
says that they cannot help sexual wellness industries. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll reach there soon. There's a challenge.
Mm.
So
Mm.
this is what has been happening.
Okay. What else on the shipping end of the table?
Ship Rocket. I am 50-50 there. I'm I'm figuring
Mm.
out how to sort my like logistics channel. And I guess
Mm.
Ship Rocket is leading their way in this
Mm.
industry, and they are doing pretty amazing job in terms of what they have built. But they have to do so much in terms of operations, I guess. We all are figuring out. But then
Mm.
startups like us, we trust the companies like Shiprocket in terms of that a customer is not going anywhere, because to
Mm.
acquire the customer, it takes a lot of money, a lot of
Mm.
brain, a lot of
Mm.
chats for us
Mm.
to get that customer in place. And then if
Yeah.
if there's a problem, then I guess there's a big lag there. There are a lot
Yeah.
of orders which doesn't reach to my customers probably, and then we have to ship it in a different way. But then I
Yeah.
guess someday we'll be able to sort it out. India it is. We can't help it sometimes.
So Shopify, uh, PayU, Shopflow, and then
Yeah.
ShipRocket. Pretty much
Yes.
four tools.
Yeah. This is good to go to start.
Awesome. Let's talk about a little bit about the kind of stories coming on to you, right? Or the kind of help people need in this community. Because I think let's all tell to our listeners today that go out there today and talk about it, right? Go to the next
Yeah.
person, talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Go to your partner, talk about it, right? What kind of stories have you been facing, Aishwarya? I'm really wanting to know about it.
So one of the story was that there's this girl. She's just 20 years old, and that girl wasn't able to come out of her partner after the breakup, and she was not happy with her life whatsoever it might be. She tried multiple ways to come out of that guy, and then she was like that I don't know what to do about it. And there was not only um the connection from heart. There was not only the like the connection from mind, but also physical. And when that comes in, people are not able to understand the thin line in between that, that you can cut that, thing, and you can move on. Now, how do you move on? There was a simple communication happened between me and her as a founder myself, and I told her that I am a founder myself. You can be super open to me. Please tell me your issue. And she told me her entire story, what has happened in the last 1 year, and then why she's crying every day probably, and why she's not happy, why she needs support from us. And then I told her the solution in terms of the products and in terms of the consultations. And on my birthday, this woman, this little woman, I don't know how she's working somewhere or not. I have no idea. She sent me a bag. She sent me cakes. She sent me one dress just to say thank you about it, that I could help her move on. And it's not about what all she sent to me. It's about how happy she is, I guess. This is my win. And again, I'll say money is a byproduct. It
Yeah.
will come. And she's one of
Yeah.
our customers who have bought a high value of things from us, not one
Mm.
time, 2 times, 3 times, but many times, for her friends, for
Mm.
herself. But then at last, why? Because she's happy. So this is one of the story. Another story is of a guy who couldn't understand what space he's in. His marriage is, he's getting like divorced also, because of the same reasons, because he's trying to understand uh, where he fits in, even if he's straight or not. I don't know why it is there, but then um, he came to us. He got the consultation. He understood what it is. He bought few things from us to explore himself and understand what he wants to be in future, and when he and how much time he should take to come out also. It is not important or like necessary to be out there. It's not possible for everyone. But then when these kind of stories happen, it tells me that India needs brands like us. And I don't think, if till now brands are handling this issue the way we are trying to handle it. This That's where the difference is. So I am kind of focusing on stories. People might focus on like revenue, but me, it will come back when I give in something. So again, I say that's just like happening, and I'm loving it. These stories are, it takes me.
Hey, I got this saying, right? Startups are built pretty much with just like from the heart through your user stories, right? Money will come, and you will be that one startup who will create that impact in the world, right? And I
Everyone.
and I totally believe with this conversation that I wish Sassiest will be that, and I really hope Sassiest will be that, right?
It
Mm,
will it will
yeah,
be, if
yeah,
not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after, it will happen.
yeah,
It will.
yeah,
There's
for sure.
nothing can stop, because um why people say that you are working on the mission where you are with the vision where you want to bring smiles and make people comfortable with their own selves. Don't you think that it is such a vast vision? So I say that even if it is 1 million people tomorrow, but at least my brand will be able to cater to the change in their life, and that is enough.
Yeah,
Even for
yeah,
1 minute, I don't care about it. What I care about, that 1 minute smile, because
yeah,
of Sassiest. And
yeah,
smile comes in because we are catering to wellness and healthcare. We are not catering to any other normal details, like a other product, but we are catering to smiles because we are catering to this kind of a section. So that's why I
yeah.
say it's about it. Me, I didn't know how to smile at that moment when I came out of my traumas. And now I want to give people that smile for 1 minute, like in their life, that okay, please go and smile and see how beautiful you are, man. Just be that person. So I guess it's about that for me.
Oh my God. This is great. Hey, coming to the last bit again, what kind of products are you giving to people?
There are vibrators, oh sorry, body massagers. And
No,
also,
please be frank. Yeah.
yes, so there are vibrators. There's a lubricant. There is a body massage oil, which helps people increase their libido. And also, post vaccine shave for women, it is very very nice. There'll be no like redness. They will face the issue will be gone. And then
Mm,
also the when it comes to health like consultation, I want to talk it out. Don't keep in yourself and tell your issues. We have doctors in place. They will help you. They are absolutely non-judgmental. They are sex positive. They will understand you. And if they judge, please come to me and I'll like tackle it, frankly. Because I don't want this to happen.
awesome. Lovely. This was a great time. I think this was a great story to start out with for me as well, right?
Thank
Uh,
you.
hope you loved being here. And guys, let's talk about sex. The let's make sure it's a common thing to talk about, because hey,
Yes.
yeah, it's for your own wellness, it's for your own life. And
Yeah.
hey, one conversation about this, or breaking this conversation or having a comfortable conversation, can just bring your relationship into some other level, and such beautiful memories can start from there, right? So
Yes.
yeah, guys, go out there, talk about it, and go to Sassiest and start using their products as well. Awesome.
Yes. And be sassiest as well.
Yeah, hash be sassiest, hash be
Yes.
sassiest. There you go.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Aishwarya, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having
All
me.
right. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Have a great day.